So turn me. Katie, I'm going live. That's not what I want. Guys, hi. I've been sick. I'm camping out on my couch. I guess we're gonna go live. Should I put my hat on? I hope you guys don't mind. If you can hear me, let me turn up the volume. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me. If you hear noises, Katie, get away from the TV. Oh my gosh. I'm camping out in my living room and I feel really not well. So my sleeping bag. But I'm going to go get the book because I didn't know I was going to start streaming. So this is Pearl Dan. Hey, sorry, my house is a mess, but I'm going to go get the book. And like I promised, I was going to try to read to you guys. My voice is kind of better, but I'm still like head cold now. It hit me this morning. I thought I was over it yesterday. It's the whole thing. I'll be right back. Oh, babies. Oh, baby. I have my book out already for you guys. There we go. The light. I had a book up for you guys. Oh, there they are. Found them. The books are up on the shelf. Yeah. Okay. So I found. Yeah, I have to get my blankies. Oh, my blankies. There you guys are. I'm looking this way. You guys are here. Sorry. So I found the books. We have, let's see. Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume. The Tale of Squirrel Nutkin by Beatrix Potter. I don't know if you guys can see that. Walt Disney Cinderella. Garfield the Cat Show, all by the Little Golden Book. And I don't think this camera is clear enough. The cats are on here. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. It's not cats. Okay. Oh, is that better? I hope that's a little better. I should put some light on. Some light. Little spotlight. Okay. I have all my blankies with me in my living room. I have no heat in my house, and my bedroom is like an ice cold refrigerator. So I have my sleeping bag and my blanket from TJ or Tijuana. See, keeps you warm. So I gotta stay warm. So, guys, we have Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, Judy Blume. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the small ones. I'm just gonna give you guys some time to log in because we're live. Let's see here. I won't be able to show the pictures like I normally do. I apologize for that. So we're just going to read the stories, okay? You're going to have to use your imagination. If you hear yelling, some kind of mumbling, it's coming from my son's room. He's playing Xbox with his friends. Came home from school. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go ahead with the Tale of Squirrel Nutkin. And I hope you can hear me. And I'm sorry if my laptop sounds weird because I think it's the battery. I still haven't been able to get out to fix that. I'm not feeling well. I'm turning up the volume so you can hear me a little bit more. I'll check it and edit it later. So again, The Tale of Squirrel Nutkin by Beatrix Potter, the original and authorized edition. New color reproductions by F. Warren and Company. Okay. I was trying to see who's the illustrator because these are cute little illustrations. If you ever get a chance to get this book, probably for the Warren, I believe. Let's see here. I like to make sure there's credit given. So let's see. There we go. Tale of Beatrix Potter. So again, as usual, I do not own the rights to these stories. Yeah, I'm just sick. Sorry, guys. So I do not own the rights to these stories that I'm reading. The only time I would own the rights is if I've written something of my own and published it online. And yeah, I look horrible right now. So bear with me. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. How far are we in? I'm looking at the TV because I have it on the big TV. Sweetie, don't touch that. I have 2 girl cats that love to watch the TV screen when I play videos, and they know it's touch screen, and sometimes they'll see it on the laptop and come to the laptop and start pushing buttons and yeah. No, you can't touch. No, baby. Okay. This is a tale about a tale that belonged to a little red squirrel, and his name was Nutkin. He had a brother called Twinkleberry and a great many cousins. They lived in a wood at the edge of a lake. Okay. In the middle of the lake, there is an island. In the middle of the lake, there is an island covered with trees and nut bushes. And amongst those trees stands a hollow oak tree, which is the house of an owl who is called Old Brown. One autumn, when the nuts were ripe and the leaves on the hazel bushes were golden and green, Nutkin and Twinkleberry and all the other little squirrels came out of the wood and down to the edge of the lake. They made little rafts out of twigs, and they paddled all way over the water to Owl Island to gather nuts. Each squirrel had a little sack and a large oar, and spread out his tail for a sail. Oh, how cute. So you can imagine that. They also took with them an offering of 3 fat mice as a present for Old Brown, and put them down upon his doorstep. Then Twinkleberry and the other little squirrels each made a low bow and said politely, "Old Mr. Brown, will you favor us with permission to gather nuts upon your island?" But Nutkin was excessively impertinent in his manners. Excuse me. Shh. Boris, quiet. He bobbed up and down like a little red cherry, singing, riddle me, rot-a-tote-tote, a little wee man in a red coat, a staff in his hand and a stone in his throat. If you'll tell me this riddle, I'll give you a groat. Now, this riddle is as old as the hills. Mr. Brown paid no attention whatever to Nutkin. He shut his eyes obstinately and went to sleep. Forrest, you see the shadow? Okay. This is what, I don't know if you can see him, it's one of the cats that I'm temporarily taking care of. The squirrels filled their little sacks with nuts and sailed away home in the evening. Oh, I didn't skip a page, okay. But next morning, they all came back again to Owl Island, and Twinkleberry and the others brought a fine fat mole and laid it on the stone in front of Old Brown's doorway and said, "Mr. Brown, will you favor us with your gracious permission to gather some more nuts?" But Nutkin, who had no respect, began to dance up and down, tickling old Mr. Brown with a nettle and singing, "Old Mr. B, riddle me ree, hitty-pitty within the wall, hitty-pitty without the wall. If you touch hitty-pitty, hitty-pitty will bite you." Mr. Brown woke up suddenly and carried the mole into his house. He shut the door in Nutkin's face. Presently, a little thread of blue smoke from a wood fire came up from the top of the tree, and Nutkin peeped through the keyhole and sang, "A house full, a hole full, and you cannot gather a bowl full." The squirrels searched for nuts all over the island and filled their little sacks. But Nutkin gathered oak apples, yellow and scarlet, and sat upon a beech stump playing marbles and watching the door of old Mr. Brown. On the third day, the squirrels got up very early and went fishing. They caught 7 fat minnows as a present for Old Brown. They paddled over the lake and landed under a crooked chestnut tree on Owl Island. Twinkleberry and 6 other little squirrels each carried a fat minnow, but Nutkin, who had no nice manners, brought no present at all. He ran in front singing, "The man in the wilderness said to me, 'How many strawberries grow in the sea?' I answered him, as I thought good, 'As many red herrings as grow in the wood.'" But old Mr. Brown took no interest in riddles, not even when the answer was provided for him. On the 4th day, the squirrels brought a present of 6 fat beetles, which were as good as plums and plum pudding for Old Brown. Each beetle was wrapped up carefully in a dock leaf fastened with a pine needle pin. But Nutkin sang as rudely as ever. "Old Mr. Bee, riddle me ree, flower of England, fruit of Spain, met together in a shower of rain, put in a bag, tied around with a string. If you tell me this riddle, I'll give you a ring." Which was ridiculous of Nutkin, because he had not got any ring to give to Old Brown. The other squirrels hunted up and down the nut bushes, but Nutkin gathered robin's pincushions off a prayer bush and stuck them full of pine needle pins. On the 5th day, the squirrels brought a present of wild honey. It was so sweet and sticky that they licked their fingers as they put it down upon the stone. They had stolen it out of a bumblebee's nest on the tippity top of the hill. But Nutkin skipped up and down singing, "Hum, hum a bum, buzz, buzz, hum a bum, buzz." As I went over Tipple-Tine, I met a flock of bonny swine. Some yellow-nacked, some yellow-backed. They were the very bonniest swine that ever went over Tipple-Tine. Old Mr. Brown turned up his eyes in disgust at the impertinence of Nutkin. But he ate up the honey. Shh. Boris, come here. Can I get some peace and quiet here for a minute, guys? Excuse me. The squirrels filled their little sacks with nuts, but Nutkin sat upon a big flat rock and played 9 pins with a crab apple and green fir cones. On the 6th day, which was Saturday, the squirrels came again for the last time. They brought a new laid egg in a little rush basket as a last parting present for Old Brown. But Nutkin ran in front, laughing and shouting, "Humpty Dumpty lies in the beck, with a white counterpane round his neck. 40 doctors and 40 wrights cannot put Humpty Dumpty to rights." Now, mind you, 40 rights is spelled with W-R-I-G-H-T-S. And when he said cannot put Humpty Dumpty to rights, that's the R-I-G-H-T-S. So again, I forgot to tell you guys to make sure that you have your dictionaries and thesauruses available. Going on. Now, Mr. Brown, took an interest in eggs. He opened one eye and shut it again, but still he did not speak. Nutkin became more and more impertinent. Old Mr. B, old Mr. B, hickamore, hackamore on the king's kitchen door. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't drive hackamore off the king's kitchen door. Nutkin danced up and down like a sunbeam, but still Old Brown said nothing at all. Nutkin began again. Arthur O'Bower has broken his band. He comes roaring up the land. The King of Scots with all his power cannot turn Arthur of the Bower. Nutkin made a whirring noise to sound like the wind, and he took a running jump right into the head of Old Brown. Then all at once there was a flutterment and scufflement and a loud squeak. The other squirrels scuttered away into the bushes. When they came back very cautiously, peeping around the tree, there was Old Brown sitting on his doorstep, quite still, with his eyes closed, as if nothing had happened. But Nutkin was in his waistcoat pocket. This looks like the end of the story, but it isn't. Old Brown carried Nutkin into his house and held him up by the tail. Excuse me. Sorry. Old Brown carried Nutkin into his house and held him up by the tail, intending to skin him. But Nutkin pulled so very hard that his tail broke in two, and he dashed up the staircase and escaped out the attic window. And to this day, if you meet Nutkin up a tree and ask him a riddle, he will throw sticks at you and stamp his feet and scold and shout, "Cuck, cuck, 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 cuck." The end. I guess he learned his lesson for being so rude and impertinent to such a massive predator, owl, adult, let's say someone more mature than he is, someone of authority, someone who can actually take him and hurt him with one little claw. What that means is, kids, from this story, it is not nice to be rude nor impertinent, look it up, to other people. You're supposed to be respectful, like the other little squirrels were when they brought something to offer to someone else. Like when you go to visit someone else's home or land, or you see an apple tree, an orange tree in someone else's yard, and just because it's hanging over the fence doesn't mean it's yours to take. What it means is that you need to go and ask the owner of that tree if you could have some of their fruit, or if you can offer a couple of dollars for it, or maybe clean the yard for it, some of the fruit. It's not nice to take what's not yours, and it's not nice to be rude and taunting to other people, especially your teachers who are there to teach you. Like most of the kids I've seen online through the viral videos, how rude and indignant and just nasty they've been with their teachers. Those are adults, like your parents, that are there to guide you and help you do better, grow in life. But as you disrespect them for them being different than you because you were bullied at home or bullied elsewhere, and you just decided you want to take out your frustrations on someone else, that's pretty ignorant of you to do so. Look that word up. Okay, there's also another word for ignorance. It starts with an N, but I will not use that word on my channel. But you can look that up through the dictionary or the thesaurus. That term is used loosely amongst the community, or ebonics, or whatever you want to call it, nowadays, amongst people of a certain color and genre. They like to use it very, very loosely, although it is a derogative term. It is a term that's demeaning to oneself. And then when one calls themselves that name or someone else that name, you're showing a very much lack of respect to the other person. So hopefully you aren't using those words or the N word or anything like that, because that's totally disrespectful. And if you don't agree with me, then I guess you have to stay in your small environment of your four corner. Was it the block that has four corners that you live in? Because outside of those four corners of your block, there's life. There's other people of other cultures and races that you can learn from, grow from, that would open your mind to better things and travel the world. I mean, if you have that type of mindset, we're always using the N word and yeah, there's a cat. And being rude to other people and being hateful towards your teachers and people of authority, then yeah, stay in your four corner block area. Don't go outside. Stay in the house, because society does not want to entertain that type of negativity, if that makes sense. So again, the tale of Squirrel Nutkin, who lost a tail, saved his life after being rude to someone who could have just taken him out. Really, just could have really hurt him. I don't want to say take out, excuse me. They could have hurt him. So I apologize for that, kids. So I forgot we have the younger ones. But don't be rude. Try not to be hurtful to other people. And I'm trying my best to explain that to you guys without being offensive to you as well. And I'm still sick. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it. I don't want to take so much more time on this one. Where's my timer? Oh, there it is, 21 minutes. Should I read another one within the same time frame? I like to do them separately. Maybe I will. We'll call it, okay, it's a reading. I'll go into the Garfield the Cat Show. Or we can watch the cats in my house. Garfield the Cat Show, a Little Golden Book. Created by Jim Davis, story by Norma Simone, designed and illustrated by Mike Fence, a golden book from New York, Western Publishing Company, Inc., Racine, Wisconsin. That's a lot to say. Oh, this was my big boy Dominic's book from when he was a baby. Okay, so here we go. 1991, oh my gosh. These have pictures. I'm going to try to show you the pictures that you can see, hopefully. But here we go. Nermal, the kitten, was watching the evening news on television when Garfield rushed in. "It's time for Feed Your Face," said Garfield as he stepped on Nermal. "That's my favorite game show." But before Garfield could change the channel, the news reporter announced tomorrow the 20th annual cat show comes to Wilbert Hall. Cats from all over the country will compete for the title of America's Best Cat. Here's a photo of last year's winners. Algernon Lebeau. I don't know if you guys can see that. I could beat the... Ooh. Okay, I guess I'm reading it. "I could beat that wimp," said Garfield. "No way," replied Nermal. "The only little title you'll ever win is America's Fattest Cat." "You'll see," Garfield. "Tomorrow night they'll be showing my face on TV." That night, Garfield began training for the big contest. "Lifting these heavy pans of lasagna will give me building muscles," said Garfield, tossing the food into his mouth. "Then your muscles will mash your stomach," observed Nermal. Next, Garfield practiced his singing. "This will show the judges how talented I am," stated Garfield. "What?" said Nermal, who had his paws over his ears. "Now it's time for your beauty sleep." "Oh, excuse me. Now it's time for my beauty sleep," said Garfield, diving into bed. "Boy, you need lots and lots of that," Nermal remarked. "Nermal, go play with some fleas," muttered Nermal, muttered Garfield. I'm sorry, guys. I should have stopped at the first book. The next morning, Garfield went down to the cat show. No sooner had he entered Wilbert Hall than a burly security guard scooped him up. "Go back to your alley," said the guard as he tossed Garfield out the door. Garfield looked around. He saw some workmen carrying bags of cat litter into the hall. Carefully, Garfield slipped into one of the bags. It took 2 workmen to drag that bag into the cat show. That's a big cat. I have a big cat like that. The workmen dumped Garfield into the litter box of a Siamese cat. "Ugh! There's a dirty house cat in my cat litter," whined the Siamese. How'd you like a knot on your tail?" growled Garfield. Garfield hoped to meet some friendlier cats. He was about to introduce himself to a Persian cat when the Persian began to laugh at him. "What's so funny?" Garfield asked. "You are," said the Persian. "Where did you get that ridiculous orange coat?" "You'd make a nice mop," snapped Garfield. "You'd make a nice mop," yelled Garfield. Look how big the kitty is. I need a better camera. Pray for me, I need a camera. Finally, Horace. Shh. Finally, Garfield spotted the defending champion, Algernon Le Bleu, posing in front of a mirror. "Relax, Algie, old boy," said Garfield. "It doesn't matter how you look. This year I'm going to win." "Win what?" sniffed Algernon Le Bleu. "The blimp look-alike contest?" He turned and walked proudly away. "Your mother was a mouser," Garfield called after him. Just then they announced that the judging was about to begin. Time for a real cat to teach these snooty cats a lesson, thought Garfield with a sly grin. The Siamese cat was delicately lapping up a bowl of imported French cream, but when she looked away for an instant, a mysterious paw poured foamy cat shampoo into her bowl. When the judges arrived, the surprised Siamese was blowing soap bubbles, out of her nose. "This is terrible," cried a judge. "Show cats must never foam at the mouth." The judges immediately disqualified the Siamese. The Persian cat was giving his long hair a few final strokes with a brush when suddenly he was drenched by a bucket of water. The judges were not impressed. "Why, this cat looks just like a wet mop," one said, and immediately they all crossed the Persian off their list. It says, "Oh, go home, yuck." We got a 0, go home. Then the judges came to Algernon Le Bleu. Algernon struck his snootiest pose. "At last, here is a cat who acts like a champion," said one of the judges. "We'll see about that," said Garfield, and he let loose a wind-up mouse. Lights are acting up. Algernon Le Bleu took one look at the wind-up mouse and completely lost control. "Rawr!" he snarled, scattering the judges as he leapt after the mouse. "Go get him, champ!" yelled Garfield. "Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on your blue ribbon." Oh my. Soon, all the show cats were chasing the wind-up mouse, and all the owners were chasing the cats. Cat lovers and cat litter spilled all over the floor. The show was one big mess. Yeah. It was. That night, the TV news reporter told about the catastrophe at the cat show. Look that word up, kids, catastrophe. The City Pound and the Cat Society are now searching for an unidentified fat cat who ruined the 20th annual cat show this afternoon. Anyone who has seen this cat, please call the station. I don't believe it, cried Normal. You actually got your face on TV. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen that cat before in my life, said Garfield. But he certainly looks like a champion to me. Okay, the end. That's 2 books we read. And again, everyone, I do not own the rights to any of the stories that I'm reading. All the credit goes to the writers, publishers, and the illustrators of the books. Hopefully soon I'll be writing and reading my own stories on the channel and some other little things I'll be working on. I'm sorry, I've been sick. I'm trying to feel better, so hopefully the sound came through. Yeah, I'm a mess because my hair is like this. I'm totally a mess. The next books I'll probably read later on is Walt Disney's Cinderella and The Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing by Judy Blume, which is a pretty thicker book. And me sounding like this is going to be a challenge to read this to you. But I will try. I will try. I'm pathetically crying. Okay, I'm not crying. Okay. So I hope that's it, guys. Love you. Smooches. Be good. Be good. Hopefully you understood me. If there's any words you did not understand in the story, have your dictionary out and your thesaurus. This is a learning channel, fun channel. And again, the whole sole purpose of me doing this is for my kids and their kids and their kids and their kids and their kids and so on. But if you're enjoying it with me, I'm so glad you are. Because I don't know how much longer I have my time to be on this earth, but I want to make sure that my kids still have their mom and their kids have their grandmom, nana, whatever you call your mom's mom. But my joy is reading to my kids, and I want to do something for them. So I'm going to go fix all this right here, get some more hot tea, and bundle up and try to sweat it out because it's raining here in what was sunny California, Southern California the other day. It is raining. Hopefully by Friday it should let up a little bit. I don't know. I might pop back on later on and just go rambling and talking and sharing. I might ramble talk now. If you see over here, it's one of the cats. Natasha, her original name is Tails because she has a white tip on her tail. It's striped like her grandmother has a white tip on her tail, who's a calico named Chloe, who's out there, I guess, at her house where she belongs. Her daughter, Midnight, was a beautiful black striped cat. When I say black striped, I mean she was like a chocolate brown color with black stripes. So that's her daughter, Tails, or aka Natasha. Boris is the bigger cat you saw with the multi-toes roaming around, meowing, that you hear now. Here he comes. Come here, Boris. Come here, baby. I love Boris. And I call them Russian names because Siberian tiger looking. Hi, and I have multiple toes. Yeah. And I need to go to a good home. Yes, because my foster mommy can't keep me anymore. No, I can't. Her eyes are like the color of my shirt. Oh, sweetie. Look like Siberian tigers, they do. He's so sweet. And yes, kitties shed. This type of fur kitty sheds. So if you keep them brushed really good, less fur. I've gone through so many different types of cat litter So I ended up using all the Tidy Cats didn't like. Then I tried a Winco brand, which I liked, but then it kind of became grainy, like a sand type of thing. It kind of irritated me because I'm like, it's supposed to be super clumping. And then I found out on Chewy.com, I was able to get some money to get them some food recently on Chewy.com, and their brand online that I use is, oh, it's not on this one. Where's my other one? It's in my other box. Okay. Frisco, I think. Frisco? Similar, I bet you the same, similar line to, really, Kitty? Sorry, guys. If you have dogs, which I do, they're outside right now, they pass gas. Cats, this one passes gas. Not the other kitties, just this guy. So I'm like, what does that smell? He passes gas. What cat? He passes gas. Oh, yeah, I haven't stopped at Rose, and that hit me. You all right, baby? Your belly's full. You all right? A little gas? You need to rub down? So where was I? Oh, yeah, the cat litter. So what I end up doing is this. There's a couple of stores near me that are in the neighborhood, cost a little bit more. If I get to the dollar stores, like $1 for the Johnny Cat Johnny Cat strong strength. It has green, is blue with green. You have to read it. So I take that, and it's really dusty. So with my nose and allergies, I can't do a lot of dust. And already I have to scour down everything in my bathroom and kitchen because it's so much dust from using that brand. There's another brand called Blue Ribbon cat litter that I've been using that has kids use your dictionary in thesaurus, Damascus earth in it, which is natural silica. It's safe and it's good, and it helps kill the parasites, whatever's coming out through the stools. However, I noticed less fleas from using that. So what I've done recently is this, because I had a small check come in from doing some filming. As again, my other videos, I talk about acting and stuff, because I can't do my other job of inspection because I'm injured. So when you're on the set of a TV show or movie, you sit a lot, snack a lot, until they call and they need you. You're doing background, unless you're, casted to talk, have a speaking role, which I've had to do that too. So anyway, lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, reel it in. Get that thought. Okay, here it is. So what I did was I went to the local store and picked up the Johnny Cat litter, 4 5-pound bags. We got that. My son helped me bring that in. Good. And then when the Chewy.com got delivered on Monday versus Tuesday, thank God this week, it came a day early on time. I took the new litter, I put into the 2 different cat boxes. I have a Nature's Miracle Corner cat box that's black bottle with a white lid. You can look that up on Amazon or PetSmart or Petco. Okay, it's the other cats that are separate from me right now in the bathroom. And then, so I filled up the cat litter with that at the bottom, a good 2-3 inches. Because I noticed when I put too much, it gets hard to scoop out and messy. So I kind of do like 2.5 inches there. Then I took the Johnny Cat and I did a layer on top. Just kind of mix it in. Because I got the odorless Frisco, I think it's Frisco. I got the odorless super control clumping litter. It does have a smell to it that I don't like. So the Johnny Cat smell is fine for me. So I mix that with that. And oh my God, no cat box smell whatsoever for 2 days. Wait, what's today? Today's the 13th. Okay, so from Monday to today, I guess today's Wednesday. So from Monday to today, I've had no cat box smell. I take it back, because I have a few kittens that like to go to the bathroom and not cover up their business. Oh my God, that's a smell. So, yeah. Other than that, the other cats will come up behind, that are really clean cats. They'll come up behind them and cover it up. There's no smell. So, yay. Oh, and it's easy to scoop out. I put those 2 together. So that's the Johnny Cat Ultimate Control. Odor control, blue bag with the green writing at the bottom, maximum. Oh, and then I use not the Winco. You can use Winco, but I think it's the same brand from Frisco. I'll look at my paperwork. So if you have cats, that's an idea. If you can't just use one litter and you like 2 different types of litter, it's okay to mix them. Total wetness control from the super clumping, and then total odor control from both brands, less with everything else. It's working so far. So that's it. That's my cat story for today. The dogs, if the weather gets really bad, like it says, it is, my doggies have to come in. So I have my house prepared for that. Their area over there. Oh, my eye by the patio door. Something stung me in my eye last night. I don't know what it was, but it hurts. So, okay, guys, I've been rambling on too long. It's going on 41. Oh, there's the timer on here. 41 minutes. And I think that's it. So, thank you for stopping by and listening to this mom ramble on about her cat life and nonsense. And again, kids, young and old and adults, please be good to yourselves and good to other people. Stop being rude, impertinent, look that word up. Be more thoughtful to other people. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated good, then treat people good. Okay, and good things will happen. Come to you. It happens. Okay. All right. I'm starting to itch, and yes, it's all mine. I have to wash it, and I'm not looking forward to it. Okay, I gotta go. Bye, guys. I hope you enjoyed the stories. Love you. Bye. Be good. So long, farewell, Alvita, saying goodbye. Oh, I said Alvita saying because it's a story from that song. Jingle comes from The Sound of Music, with the actress Julie Andrews. So if you do watch, look the movie up. It's a long movie, but it's worth it. It's about family, life. You'll enjoy it. The Sound of Music with Julie Andrews. Classic movies are the best. The way they make movies now, it's like, I don't know what's wrong with my generation. We're making cool movies about, I miss the 80s. Yay, we're going to flash back and do movies about that. But now stuff is twisted, more demented, perverted. It's not right for kids to see it. It isn't. But that's my opinion as a mom. And if I wasn't a mom, I would still feel the same way because I'm about innocence. Keep children innocent and let them have fun, play outside, imagination, be creative, stuff like that. So I don't like people or adults or other, I do not like children. Let's see, how do I put it this way? I'm trying to get it right because I'm not feeling good. I do not like adults who harm children. I do not like other children who harm other children. It is wrong. It is ugly. It's wrong. Don't do it. And do not end your life over something like that. If somebody does do that to you guys, seek help and attention from a trusted adult, or if you don't have anyone you can trust, find someone that you can confide in and talk to them about it. Report it. Okay, guys? Don't be afraid to report someone that's harming you. All right? It'll save your life and everything. All right? So have fun. Don't watch any scary YouTube videos. Although it is interesting, keep your mind clean. All right, bye enough.